Okay, I'm gonna go for a run. It's Chinese New Year, and I'm doing something a bit different. I'm gonna do some talking while I'm running and see how that goes. It's a 5K run today. I'm gonna do it a little bit urban, just look around my neighborhood. This is the housing community that I live in China. I live on level 40 of one of these buildings. They're all about 46 stories. The banging that you hear are kids playing with firecrackers. I don't know if they're legal, but they're certainly not policed. The kids have a lot of fun with them, and accidents too, of course. But anyway, this is, the Longgang district of Shenzhen, and this whole area is kind of built for the factory workers of, and the families of the factory workers of the big mobile phone companies that make most of the world's mobile phones. I'm going outside now. You'll see there's a lot of buildings like this here. I'm just going to cruise along in urban areas, maybe go through some some other places, and then loop back around to my place. This is also a test of the audio quality of the GoPro, and I'm trying not to turn my head too much, because I know if you're using this as scenery on a treadmill, because I do that myself, it's really kind of difficult. Your body just naturally sort of reacts to that when you're running on the treadmill, and it can be kind of almost dangerous. So I'm trying to keep my head pretty much straight forward, so apologies if you want to look sideways or anything like that. So anyway, these are the shops around the housing community. They're all pretty standard. There's fruit and vegetable shops, some basic clothing shops, lots of kids supplies, some pharmacies. Nothing really, I don't know, it's all just kind of convenience stores really for the local people who live here. There was a big shopping mall with H&M and all kinds of things like that being built just over the road, but Huawei, who really dominates this area, decided to build their major factory in Dongguan rather than Shenzhen. And once they did that, the developers of the shopping mall just mothballed it. It hasn't gone anywhere in the last few years because of that. So anyway, so now you can see also all of the electric bikes and electric bike charging points here. You can feel how quiet it is, because a lot of the transport here in Shenzhen has been electrified. And today, being a public holiday, it's literally New Year's Day of the Year of the Dragon. And there'll be people just waking up late. They would have stayed up late last night with fireworks and things, and they're just sort of walking around with their kids. Lots of grandparents with young kids. And as you may know, Chinese New Year in China is very much like Christmas in the West, where it's really a big family gathering, family reunion type things. So a lot of families where the husband or the wife live in other places, they'll come back in the lobby here for this weekend. Going past one of the metro stations now. How far have we gone? Just about to hit a kilometre. This metro system, I'm not sure how many lines there are in Shenzhen now. but this is line 10, and you can pretty much get anywhere in the city. Oh, feels like the strap is, I think I nearly dropped the camera then off my head. So anyway, now we're going down to more of an office area. I used to live here. There's apartments here too called Cloud Park. They're the big glassy buildings ahead of me. And we moved from there, my girlfriend and I moved from there into our current apartment because the apartments in Cloud Park are very much made for business professionals, usually living alone, and because of that they're very small. They're about 40 or 50 square meters, which is okay for living alone, but it was becoming too small for us. And our apartment in Kaiser, the place where we're living now, is more like about actually I'll run through Cloud Park. It's more like about 100 square meters, so much more comfortable for two people. But Cloud Park has got some shops as well, not a huge amount. I might go up to the top, and some pretty good restaurants from different areas of China, Sichuan and Xinjiang and places like that. And then it's got American food too. There's McDonald's and Pizza Hut and Starbucks and Taco Bell and things like that too. I'll run through the water. No, I won't actually. It's actually a bit higher. So from here I might go across. There's a bridge and end up on the other side. So there's all these, there's not too many shops here, but where we're going I'll go past some of the residential areas of Cloud Park instead. I hope my GPS doesn't get confused. It probably will, but anyway, it's alright, it's all fun. Oh no, wait, I think the camera's been going everywhere, isn't it? I hope that's better. Alright, so now going over a road, pedestrian bridge, and you can see a lot more construction happening over here as well. From here I'm going to go through the residential area, still offices here, and then dive into a older style, cheaper older style residential community, and you'll see it. Well, today might be a little bit quieter, but anyway, we'll see. There's a robot, we just went past a robot. But it's pretty nice in here. Especially when there's not many people. No, it's not bad. It's never too crowded here. This is a rooftop garden. Not on the top of course, the buildings are much higher than this. But we are still on top of some other buildings, commercial buildings underneath us. Some basic skateboarding gear over there. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I'm gonna have to go back. Oh no, I can get through here. Good. A little beer garden and a indoor basketball court here. Into another little restaurant shopping mall. Gotta go around the other side. There's a big KTV in here too. KTV is huge around here. Down the escalator, down 2 levels. Okay. By the way, I live about 2 kilometers from my work, so I don't own a car. I haven't owned a car since I moved to China 10 years ago, and it's really nice just to be able to live close to work, live close to everything. If I ever need to get anywhere else, the options are a share bike if things are very close, like within a few K, or I'm going, actually no, I'll go around here, or an Uber. Uber's here is crazy cheap. 20 bucks will get you pretty much from any side of the city to any other, but the typical price is more like about, I don't know, $3 to get anywhere useful, like within 10K. And then of course the metro system has got fingers through the whole city everywhere as well. So what I'll normally do is take the metro system, because there's an entrance very close to our house, as a start point, and get reasonably close to the destination, and then jump out of the metro and into an Uber. Ubers here, by the way, are called DDs, but it's the same thing. All right, this is one of the older traditional housing areas. There'll be at night, each night, there's a huge street food market here. It covers the whole area from about this point. It goes down, I'll run down it actually. Starts where this supermarket is. Oh, they're open. And this whole road here is street food. That's new too. I've been here for a couple of months. It's always changing. You can see the bin systems and recycling and things there. Actually, I'm gonna come to the corner of the Huawei factory, so I might just have a look at that. I mean, it's so big, you can only see a tiny portion of it. It's really too big to see everything. There's no view of the whole thing unless you're in the air. But it's built, card game, but it's built around the kind of modeled on like a Silicon Valley style complex where they're like campuses. It's weird. There's assembly factories here, but I think this facility in Shenzhen is really more about research and development. There's a lot more sort of high-tech offices and things here, and that's the start of it. That's like a neoclassical Georgian architecture building. But every building, every campus has got its own theme. There'll be modern ones and Chinese ones and all kinds of things like that. But I'm not going to go any further that way because I'm going to head back home now. So I'm going to come this way now, which I don't think I can get there from there. I'm going to have to go back. I'll run along here. There used to be much more dirt trails like this in urban areas when I first moved to China. But there's not much of that left now. Which side? And yeah, by the way, this is a city drain. Now, when I came here, these were so polluted and smelly, it was crazy. But now they've been cleaned up to the point that you can, that not only get the fish back, but you can see fish swimming in the water. So the local people love that, of course, as well, because number one, it shows just how much cleaner it is and safer, you know, living environment. By the way, the red there, there'll be firecracker remains that'll be swept up later. But anyway, with the fish, it shows that the water's healthy, or much healthier anyway. But also, lots of people go fishing, so it's become a pretty popular pastime. I might go back into the village. It's a bit more fun. And by the way, I'm a bit over 3 kilometers now. So by the time I get back, that'll be roughly my 5K, which is nice. That one there in front, that's an old fort. There were these sort of guard towers during the Opium Wars, because Shenzhen's in Guangdong province, where a lot of Opium War things happen, and that's from the old Qing dynasty days, where there was literally fighting between mostly British and Chinese forces over the opium trade. I mean, the Chinese were trying to stop it. So, and the Chinese lost, which is another story, a long story. Firecrackers. Yes, they were very loud to me too. My ear is ringing, my left ear is ringing a bit after that. Welcome to Chinese New Year. Although I would have kind of expected more. This way. So that's Cloud Park again. We've done that little block. Now I'm going to go in here. This used to be total lockdown, these places during COVID. It was a while where it was almost impossible to get in unless you lived here. I mean, there was a time where it was literally impossible to. So yeah. Just going to take a little side trip. Not there. Oh, I might have missed it. No, in here. Because it shows an old, some old Hakka buildings that are unfortunately getting torn down and replaced with modern buildings, which is fair, kind of fair enough, but it's a shame that the history is being replaced as well, because they were nice. But those ones in there were very derelict, and I'm sure full of rats and things, so they did need a clean up. Would have been nice to have seen a restoration rather than a tear down and rebuild though. But anyway. A lot of firecrackers have been here. Everywhere you see a patch of red paper like that on the ground, there's been yeah, like the noise that we heard back there, a big firecracker eruption. I wonder if it's a run again if the camera was kind of a bit too crappy for that moment with my hat, because I think this is a reasonably good little loop. Shows a bit of everything. Now I'm going to turn left up the hill again and head back to my place. There's a subway line directly underneath me here, and this goes from downtown to kind of the edge of the city, and it doesn't, there's not a lot of subways that go across. It's still pretty much a spider web, where most of the subway lines go from the city and then out to different areas. If you want to get from one outside area to another outside area, you know, like around the perimeter, that can sometimes be a pain. You don't quite have to go all the way into the city, but you have to go about halfway in, which normally adds about, I don't know, 20 minutes to a journey that could have taken, you know, 15 minutes if it went straight across. Turns into more like 35-40 minutes, and in those cases I'll just grab a DD, you know, the Uber. So the buildings directly in front of me now are the one where I started it, the community that I live in. The more office block looking ones there, they're also residential, but they're all more, what would I say, double-story, professional, and I like them. They're pretty cool, but there's no balconies. Our house has got about 2 balconies actually, and it's just a bit more outdoor feeling. That building there that looks very much under construction, that's the one that was the shopping centre that was mothballed when Huawei changed their mind. Go around here. I'm going to cut a red light because there's no traffic. Because I don't want to retrace my path. We'll go down this way and then up a hill to get home. By the way, I'm going to do an ultra marathon tomorrow. Kind of ultra marathon called Backyard Ultra, where you do about 5 miles or 6.7 kilometers every hour on the hour. So you get like a 20-minute rest between each run, and you just basically keep doing them until you can't do anymore, until you drop. So today is a bit of a short run because I'm resting up for tomorrow. All the buses, you saw a bus go past now, all the buses There's about 10,000 of them in Shenzhen. They're all full electric. You can't get, if you hear a bus or if you see a bus that is diesel, then it won't be a city bus, it'll be a intercity bus, because of course the electric buses don't have the range to get from city to cities, so they're still diesel. And basically every motorbike, scooter that you see is electric. All of the old loud noisy two-stroke, you know, petrol ones, they've all been banned. And the only petrol motorbikes you see these days is something like an occasional Ducati or Harley or another kind of expensive imported bike that I think the owners need I'm sure they would need a special permit for, because of the pollution, you know, laws here now. But it's not, but petrol cars are not banned. You see any car you see here while I'm running, if it's got a blue number plate, it's a traditionally fueled vehicle, and if it's got a green number plate, it's electric. So that's an electric, that van is an electric. A lot of vans are electric now. But even though the electric vehicle sector is growing, there's probably still more, I mean there is still more traditionally fueled cars on the road, but it's changing quickly. There's a petrol, there's an electric. So yeah, I don't know what it is, maybe 30% electric now for regular private passenger cars. So petrol and petrol, you get the idea. I'm past the 5k mark now. This is the last little stretch. I could probably stop and walk from here, but I might complete the loop. Xin niên快乐. You might be able to guess that is saying Happy New Year. He's doing a good job working on a such a holiday, such a family day. I can feel the load a little bit more now. My breathing is getting heavier from this hill. I mean, it's not a steep hill, but you know, any hill is a hill. But I want to do another run that goes right through the Huawei factory complex, and also another one to go around Foxconn. I don't think they'll let me into Foxconn, but I can get into Huawei pretty well. Hey, how you going? Just finishing a run. Actually, I might stop here. Oh yeah, cool. Great day for it. See you, man. See you. All right. That's Seva, he works with me. He's from Serbia. There are a lot of Serbians living here because there's a reciprocal visa exchange between China and lots of countries now, but Serbia is one of them. And the Serbian people can, I think, get a better salary doing the same job here, and there's more jobs available here for them. So yeah, I've got quite a few people that I know who are from Serbia. $6K for a pacing guide. That kilometer was 4 minutes 47, including the stop. So yeah, maybe I was going to be too quick for this hill, but anyway, it's alright. My gate, we're at the back of my complex now. When I left, I went through the front, but this is the back gate. So I'll trot in here, down this hill. That's my building, and that's where I started. Okay, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one. Bye.